Alright, so welcome back for another video here on Couch Collectibles. Now, in 1913, well, there are some different types. You know, there's different types, type 1, type 2. So here's an example of a type 1 versus a type 2. You can see the strong line there of the ground above the word 5 cents on type 2. And then, of course, you don't really see that there for type 1. It's kind of, you know, more faded and rounded off, so doesn't really have that strong line there for type 1. Now in 1913, you know, there is a lot of different mintages. So you see the mintages here on the screen. Type 1, no mint mark, they produced over 30 million. Type 1D mint mark, they produced just over 5 million. Type 1S mint mark, they only produced a little over 2 million. Now type 2, no mint mark, they produced 29 million. Type 2D mint mark, they produced over 4 million. And type 2S mint mark, they only produced a little over 1.2 million. So keep that in mind because that will definitely affect the coin's value as well. And let's look at what you should be looking for. So first up, 1913, you want to look for a double die obverse on the type 2. So that is doubling there taking place on the date of the coin. And we also have 2 feathers, so we're missing the 3rd feather. I've done a video on that in the past on Buffalo nickels, so definitely check that out where I go more into depth on that. And then we also have a double die reverse on the 1913, so look for that on the lettering on the back, on the bottom of the coin where it says 5 cents. So look for that double die reverse as well. Now, for the 1913 Buffalo nickel. Now this coin here only has 3.5 legs. So here's a picture of a, you know, 4-legged Buffalo nickel. You can see the 4 legs clearly. Now here on this one, you only see 3.5. That other half is right there where we're zooming in on that other leg, that other front leg. So that's going to give a value, and of course this coin is graded at a mint state 66, so that means it's in very good condition, which will also give it a lot of value. Now this nickel here sold for over $21,000. $21,000. Now for the 1913, this coin is only graded at a very fine 30. It's a type 2, and it only sold for around $90. So, you know, a big difference in prices there from $21,000. Now for the 1913D, this is type 2 also. It's only graded at about good 3. The coin only sold for around 30 bucks. So not really worth getting graded in my opinion. But the type 2D that has the high grade sold for over $25,000. That's graded at a mint state 68 by NGC. So very, very high grade for that coin. Amazing toning on it there as well. Now for the 1913S, this is the type 1. It is only graded at a fine 15, and it sold for around $45. So again, nothing too valuable there because of the condition of the coin. But if we look at the 1913S Type 2, that is the high grade, this coin sold for over $47,000. So again, the grade's going to have a tremendous impact on the price of these coins, and of course the different type, you know, because different types, they produce different amounts of those. The 1913S Type 2 that has been acid treated. Actually, if you're not familiar with what that is, a lot of times Buffalo nickels, you'll see that the date is worn off and you can't read it. Well, you can actually get a thing called Nicodate and put it on there to reveal the date of the coin. You know, you only really want to do that in certain situations. Actually, Quinn's Coins has a video on that, so be sure to check that out. Just type in Nicodate, N-I-C-A, and then date for Buffalo nickels, and you should find his video on that. So 1913S Variety 2, Type 2, this coin sold for around 50 bucks because it's been acid treated with that Nicodate, and it's not, you know, in the best condition. Now here's the 1913S Type 2. It doesn't have that Nicodate, but it's not in the best condition either. It's only graded at about good 3, but it sold for over $160. And that is because they only made, like I said, over 1.2 million of those coins. Now for the 1913 no mint mark, this is a mint error here. It's actually been struck on a 10-cent planchet. It only weighs 2.5 grams. It is the Type 2 design, by the way, but you can see that, you know, the design is being cut off because it was struck on the wrong planchet, on a dime essentially. And this coin here sold for over $46,000. Now also, the 1913 no mint mark, this is the proof coin, graded at a proof 68. It is the Type 2, and this 1913 sold for over $63,000. And boy, does that have some amazing toning to it. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.